TMNT time! Hello, welcome to another figure review. Today we're gonna have a look at the Super7 TMNT Ultimates Wave 1 Master Splinter figure, and just like all the other ones, we got the nice cover with the TMNT logo on it and your own custom Master Splinter kind of sewage plate. What do you call it? The thing, the manhole. There you go. And here's the actual box with the display. Got kind of like an old school vibe with it, with the wall breaking and the figure inside of it. You got some bio in the back, just like all the other ones. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but yeah. This is the third of 4. I got the entire wave 1, and I'm super excited to finally get a high quality Splinter based on the old school toys. So without further ado, let's have a look at the wise old rat. Now I'm heading right in there with the great scale debate, which is something that a lot of people are talking about, and you know, looking at the figure, I immediately thought as well, maybe he's a little bit too big. Let's have Raph over here for a little bit of comparison. Now I got Splinter hunched over because I feel like that's correct. You don't really stretch out them legs, but the same goes for Raph. As such, they are almost the same size, and I think Raph still is a bit bigger. So overall, what does that mean in numbers? The numbers don't lie. They stand at 14.5 centimeters to the top of his ears, really, all the way back on his head. So that means we're going up to 5.7 inches tall. 5.8, 5.7, around that size. And just for comparison's sake, here's, let me slide this one in. This is old school Splinter. Also has the feet a little bit bent, which was, I think, was there a single old school Playmates TMNT figure that didn't have the knees bent? He got a bit more shiny eyes, great hair sculpt all throughout the body, no problems there. Has a little bit of gray in the forehead and the black around the eyes. Not as thick as with the old one, you know, since I still have the old one over here. But that kind of varied for some Splinters, I feel like. I've had some Splinters where I've seen more black, and I've had some Splinters where I've seen less. Yeah, it's a thing. Then we got the white teeth, which are fairly cleanly painted, have some bleeding up there in the front, but are also shiny, with the black line in the middle, and tons of gray parts in the head and the neck area, also going around over here. Lots of dry brushing, lots of black wash. You can see the detail to really make the skin tone pop even more. I say skin tone, but more like fur, right? And he's also pretty buff, which I thought was kind of weird. But then again, you know, he's Master Splinter, of course. He's also a Ninja Master, so it's fine that he has some muscle on it. It just seemed kind of weird out of the box. Also, as you can tell, this is a completely cloth outfit with the belt going around, having this belt buckle over here, which I find kind of distracting. He doesn't have, obviously, the belt buckle in the original, but you have a completely different outfit in the accessories, which you can switch with this one, which is completely plastic. I'm just going to spoil that right away. Then you got the tail, which is kind of cut off weirdly. I think that was done on purpose though. Now, if you think about it, if you tape your tail, there would be that kind of like stuff sticking out on the side. A little bit of fur sticking out on the side. It's obviously on a swivel, and the entire tape around the tail, as well as the feet, is nicely textured. There's some detail in it, and I love that. It's also differently, especially on the tail. They have a bigger detail, and around the feet. It's a lot smaller, it's a lot finer, and it looks great. Looks great overall. Got some more black wash in the legs, and it's pants. No, there's no pants. None of that. He's completely naked, but that was the style at the time. Also for the original Splinter. And you got the nails in the black paint job. Overall, great look once more. And now, the not so good part, the articulation. The head movement is kind of trash. It moves up very nicely, and it doesn't move down at all, because they still left some space over there, but it's just 2 ball packs with a joint in, with a long pack in the middle actually. As such, you're not really getting that much. Neck articulation would have kind of fixed that, I guess, but that's about it. Also doesn't really go all the way around, I feel like. Maybe you can force it, but I don't I don't want to break anything off, but it's pretty limited. Then you got the big hinge in your shoulder, if I can get it up. There's the hinge. Move that up, rotate that all the way around, no trouble there. Simple hinge in the elbow. Also have you rotate over here. Don't have a bicep swivel, but this kind of makes up for it. And then you got another hinge in the hand, moves up, down, all the way around, swiveling. Nothing going on in the torso, which also seems to be a trend with these TMNT figures. But you have a little bit of wiggle motion at the waist, and as you can tell, it really is a little bit of wiggle motion. Does tilt side to side though. If you give it a good tug, you might get a little bit more out of it, but it's not great. And then you have a swivel on there as well. The legs, man, this is really, this is old school engineering. This is the same as the old school toy. I wish they would have done a little bit more over here, because you cannot rotate at all on the leg. So that kind of sucks. Moves, doesn't really move back, moves out to the side. And if you get in this pose, it can rotate. Depends, but for the most part, yeah, it's not the greatest. Then you have a simple hinge in the knee, and also rotation in there. Also goes all the way around this time. And the foot is on another hinge. Forward, backward. And it does tilt side to side, but it is kind of stiff. I would loosen it up, try to wiggle it around a little bit. Because you hear the noise, and I had some trouble with it. I hope nothing breaks. And also the tail, almost forgot, is on another hinge. So you can bring that up, down, all the way around, and a swivel on this part to round it off. Now, for your accessories, I'm gonna start off with the Ninja Stars, which are over here, and I just leave those in the box because it's just Ninja Stars. They have a metallic paint job. We had the same ones with Raph, and I don't want to take them out of the box because I just lose them anyway. Now, the first part I want to have a look at here actually is the different outfit, which is soft plastic. This one has the regular belt on it. I would have wished they would have put something like that on the cloth to be more authentic, I guess. But hey, here's the plastic one. Probably not going to use the plastic one. Love the cloth one. Also, here's the weapons rack. You have all the weapons on there, like the classic ones. You can take the weapons off, but you don't have to, because you have all these weapons nicely painted. You got the walking cane with the knife in there. Handle is nicely painted, and same for the blade. And you just slide it in here, and then you have your walking cane, which hides a devastating blade. Also, there's tons of blackwash on it, so it looks very nice. You got the bow with some real rope in there. You can play around with that. Good fun. Nicely painted, got some silver in the middle, black on the handle, and again, blackwash to really make the wood look even better, and it's really shiny also. Then you got some arrows, simple stuff. Got some metallic on the front, and the back is just brown. No further detail painted on there. Then you got a regular walking cane. This is one of the added stuff. This is one of the things that they made that was not in the classic one. But I mean, it looks a lot better than this, obviously, as far as walking canes go. And then you got a mini turtle, which has yellow eyes for whatever reason. It looks kind of creepy, and I think my battery is dying, so I need to hurry this up. Can you move the head around? No articulation on that. And then finally you got hands. You got chop hands with some fingernails painted. Got some open hands. I guess you could put some arrows in that, play around with the bow. Got some fist hands. Simple stuff. Also, the lighting is really weird. It looks so dark. I can't see anything. And a cup of tea with a nice kind of smoke effect coming out of it. This looks actually fantastic. Big fan of that. And a lot more shiny on the bottom. And that's all the accessories. And it's going to bring me to the final thoughts. And at this point, for the Super7 TMNT Ultimates Wave 1, I kind of start sounding like a broken record, because it's the exact same thing as the previous ones. I think these figures are molded extremely well. They look fantastic. They really capture the look of the old school toys with a modern spin, with a collector's type articulation look. And the paint job is absolutely clean. I love the cloth on this guy. And the option, you know, to use the plastic one if you prefer that one. It has a different color. Actually more accurate to the cartoon, well, to the toy, but I prefer the cloth every day, all day, over plastic. And finally, yes, the articulation is not the greatest. I feel like at the price point it could be a little bit better. However, the more I play around with it, the more I realize, okay, it is doable. That is why I've been sprinkling on pictures in the final thoughts with all these videos. You got like pictures of different poses I took just to show you it can be done if you really take a little bit of time. But realistically, just like they would have made it a lot easier if you just double hinged knees and whatnot. And well, ankle walker on this one kind of works, but also kind of meh. And the fact that he doesn't have completely flat feet is kind of annoying, especially since the original toy had one, but that's the decision they took not to go that route. It actually looks better, but as such it's a bit more cumbersome to post. But they do have the tail to balance. I've been getting off track. What does that mean? I still love this figure and I will recommend it, because as of right now it is still the very best Splinter you can get, the most detailed, the best looking, with tons of great accessories. That's gonna do it, guys. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Splinter wants, like more hinges or a hat that moves more than just this.